bits and pieces and I wasn't on camera, so now the intro to the video didn't work at all. Hello again, viewers. I don't know if you heard a single word I said, probably not. So welcome to this look at GT Sport, looking at the new Goodwood Circuit and choosing the Jaguar E-Type because it's old and it suits the environment, and very nice, as you can see, nicely modelled. I'm going to go in and do a bit of a drive in a moment. I'm just going to give this a bit of a retweet and then we'll be ready to set round and learn the circuit. It's a circuit I've seen on TV many times, you know, on TV, internet streams, but it's not one I've ever driven. It's not one I actually know the way around. So it's a circuit that's deceptively simple, but at the same time challenging to maximise, no doubt. We'll have to see what it's like, but it really does need these older cars, really. I do feel that if we're going to play this, it's going to be great to test out some of the older cars that have less grip and leaning around those corners and give it the sort of atmosphere and ambience that it requires to get that feel of the Goodwood atmosphere. So Kagan's here and Lord, hi guys. Just going to retweet this stream and then we'll go for a bit of driving and explore the circuit. Let's just see where we are. This tweet. Let's just do this. Just get that on there, retweet that, and that's out there. And hopefully a few of you will join in the chat, say hello, and we'll be ready to go. So got a restream chat there. There's a couple of you here. Let's just do. Normally I have my 10-minute build-up video, but I thought today let's just jump in and get it going manually. This is all what I do behind the scenes actually before a stream starts. Is you're changing bits and pieces and getting it ready. Right, let's get this sorted and then we'll be ready to get on with some driving and see what it's like. Right, and away we go. So, let's go into this and just have a tour. Rudolph is here. Hi Rudolph. Let's just have a tour then, and we're just going to... little tour. It's funny, you know, I've seen this circuit many times on TV, but we're just going to have a cruise. Just imagine we're really there, really, approaching now. So let's take a look at the map. Pretty straightforward. Not like learning some of the circuits, but I don't know how fast you go into these corners, obviously. Especially not in a car like this. So driving the Jaguar E-Type takes a bit of time to... you know, when you've been driving like some of the super fast cars and then suddenly you get into something else, you've got to remind yourself what it's like in these cars, and they don't have the kind of grip. So we're just cruising, so it's a very open track. But it's going to be nice, I think, once we get some of these old cars racing round. There's something so authentic about it. If I had the old shifter and Ferrari rim attached now, it'd be perfect. Quite know where the braking points are here, so coming around here, that's a tricky sort of end to the lap, isn't it, there? Okay, and the DL love this track. Awesome. Right, I will I'm just learning in probably not the best car to learn in, because this car has it's quite a difficult learning curve in these older cars. They don't have much, they move around a lot, but in a way you kind of want it to be a car like this, don't you? You want it to be something with some guts, but also the slim wheels, and you see those guys leaning through corners. Gradually learn it. You know, the funny thing is, I know it probably sounds silly because it's a deceptively simple circuit on the map, but there's a lot of minor challenges going on here, and one of them is actually in terms of learning a circuit like this is some of the corners look quite similar, so it's just trying to find braking points. And when you come to a new circuit for the first time, some courses have very defined scenery around them. That's a third gear actually. We've got enough grunt in here to do third. Whereas this, it's just I've got no references, if you know what I mean. So it's just finding those reference points. Where's the wooden Ferrari rim? It's somewhere upstairs. The only problem with the wooden Ferrari rim is that it doesn't have any buttons on it, so it's not really practical for something like this because you can't cycle through the options very well, or you know, again, it's got no gear changes, so I'd have to set up the gear stick, and that's not set up, and so it's too much hassle, basically. Too much hassle, so we're going to use this one instead. Oh, I've got it wrong. We're not going hell for leather here, we're sort of gradually learning we're enjoying the drive, yeah? We're just gradually getting our head into the course. Oh, I've gone off. Trying to just hook it into the corner. This is always this car sort of wallows around a lot on its suspension. Let's see. Oh, the pit entrance. I haven't looked at the pit entrance yet, as it happens. Where is the pit entrance? Have I missed it? I haven't actually seen. Oh, is that it there? Yeah, it's not too bad actually. It's not too bad. Pit entries go. Yeah, I was definitely in the wrong gear there. Too much rear end there. Can't shift down too quickly on this car. You've got to allow time to decelerate. Otherwise the gears will just crank in and suddenly you're facing the wrong way. Trying to go too quickly there through there. And to relax. We'll have a little relax after that. We'll look at the track, and then we'll see where the replay, learning in the replay. Viewers embracing the Goodwood atmosphere. Do a race in a bit as well. So an afternoon of enjoying a new track for Gran Turismo Sport. We haven't had enough this year, have we? This is the third track this year, and it's not enough content. I kind of wish we'd had a bit more. 5 months into the year, 3 new tracks. It's not a lot, considering there are so many classic Gran Turismo tracks we'd love to have seen in the game, which they're probably holding back for the next Gran Turismo game. Jeff is here. Hello, Jeff. And then we get ads there. What do you think grid will be like with a wheel? I think it'll be great. It's always been good fun with a wheel. There'll be lots of opposite lock with the wheel. It's lots of working the wheel with the grip, because the car sort of swivels into corners. But I think it'd be a lot of fun. Scott Harrison, I'm very sorry, my dear. I seem to have forgotten my wallet because I'm driving a Jag. You know, the thing is that, you know, this is it. It's a Jag's got an atmosphere to it. It's got a heritage. You are Bond learning how to drive. So there we are, gradually learning the circuit. It's going to be quite tricky learning this circuit in that particular car. It shows how good the guys are that go around it. It takes time. You'd walk the circuit, you'd learn all your braking points, you'd know your gears. I mean, when we play these games and we go in on the circuit, we don't know what gears we're supposed to have, what for each corner, where your braking points are. So we'll gradually see the improvement. Hell, you're probably going 10 seconds a lap faster when you actually learn how to do it all. So let's see now. So we've got about the Xbox One and GT Sport. I think LK30 was just saying there. Let's see, or Mr. 30. If you have money, you've got to have both consoles. Yeah, if you can afford both consoles, it's handy for sure. I mean, I don't like to limit myself. I like to cover everything these days. This is a 1961 Jaguar E-Type. It's not terribly easy to drive. It's not a car I enjoy driving, actually. It's very sloppy. It moves around a lot on its suspension. You've got to brake very early and line the car up and accelerate through the corner. Otherwise it would just spit you off on the exit. So it doesn't look like you're going very fast, but it's a strange car. When you're pushing on the limit, it's wallowing around, you know. Get it wrong and you really know it. So you've got to kind of sweep through corners and know where the line is, which I don't here yet. If I did sort of 50 laps here, then I'd get it all dialed in, and then you do 50 more laps if you want to actually get anywhere. Great to see though, good addition to the world of GT Sport. Oh, you can see there, see how it just got wrong with a bit of the weight transfer. You get it wrong and you can be a bit all over the place, and it's quite tricky. I was just learning this sort of final chicane. I was giving a lot of space to it, but I realised that you really want to, it's all about entry to the chicane to give you a good exit. Get a bad entry, you're going to get a bad exit, whatever happens. You can carry quite a bit of speed to it if you get it right. Well, I'll try a faster car in a moment, you know, because why not? Because I like fast cars, I guess. But let's just finish a bit of this. So getting quicker and quicker and quicker, and it becomes more authentic when you start to really lean it into the corners. You feel more like the guys that actually race around Goodwood. You can see they're now leaning the car a bit more in. Trying to get into those apexes a bit more and attack them. Too much that time. Getting a bit too much on the apex. Getting it wrong on the exit. lighting the car. Hill climb would be cool. Would be good. You know, there's, as I say, there's a lot of tracks we want in Gran Turismo, aren't there? There's final section. Taking it easy through there. You can go quite a bit quicker through there. We're just not going too crazy. So I think this is the quickest lap. At least we can see a bit more in the way of dynamics of the car. It is the first time we're getting Goodwood Motor Circuit in the game. We had Goodwood Hill Climb in Gran Turismo 6, but I didn't enjoy it in Gran Turismo 6. I didn't enjoy Goodwood Hill Climb. It felt like I was tippy-toeing. I never felt I could really attack it in the way I wanted to. Back end standing out there. It's much more authentic when you're looking at it now, though. I mean, there are moments when you look at this and you think, imagine how good these games are going to look in next gen, you know. It's going to be looking like real life, more and more and more. Squint, and you think that could almost be real sometimes. Going to that final chicane, a bit more speed this time, tighter on the entry, faster on the exit. You see that, what a difference that made there, working the wheel on the exit. So we were getting quicker and quicker there, weren't we? Learning the course and with the car. So that was great. The first introduction needs to be with an old car and go from there. Sam says it's a boring track. Do you know, I think it's certainly challenging in terms of racing, in terms of overtaking points, but I don't know, I think there's an atmosphere to these tracks. You know, some of the tracks, they just have a certain atmosphere to them, and I think that it's a heritage with Goodwood. But sometimes some of the tracks that are like this are deceptively simple. They look simple, but to actually maximise this track is probably going to be really challenging. I mean, literally in a few days, you're going to have like ridiculous lap times and people flying around it and inch perfect on every corner. Let's try a fast car now. I just want to go fast. Let's go fast. Let's take a Jordan out and we'll go fast in that. Oh, thanks, Todd. Yeah, you know, when you've got a new track, you just want to appreciate the sort of ambience to Goodwood and just see how it looks authentically. Take it in. And I think consider where we're going to be in the next few years' time. You know, when we've got improved lighting, improved physics, improved textures, you're going to have dynamic weather. It's really going to look the business. So let's learn in a fast car. Again, it's a journey of discovery. I actually can't see where I'm going, can I? That's one of my problems here. I just can't see where I'm going. We're going to change view. We're going to change view so we can see where we're going. On it, the speed of this car. It feels so fast. Wow. Tried to carry too much speed through there then. And we're going to stop and retry. Let's just try that again. Oh, no, don't do that. I'm trying to be ludicrously quick with it, but let's just see. I just want to try and carry a bit more speed through it. Let's go flat, flat, flat. Okay, flat doesn't work. Flat doesn't work. I'm going to just try something else. I just wanted to try that then. I'll just have a cruise around now. So. Just got hooked off the track a bit there by the curb. Go too much speed there. Anyone who watches this channel knows that I like faster cars. I like finding speed in fast cars. That's how I like to roll. We'll be behind, that's alright. Got it wrong. Got my entry wrong there. Ghost was right in the way. Lovely sunset. Right, slow more for that. So you can do this in a real car because obviously you'd be going off and damaging and probably killing yourself all the time, but at least on a game you can fly around, enjoy it, take massive risks and restart. So there we go then. Let's unlearn what we have learned from these laps. Look at that. Unlearn. stop there. Okay, so we're just trying a faster car there, and then we go from there, just sort of gradually learning the course. The course is actually deceptively difficult. It's deceptively difficult finding braking points because it's so flat. There's not much detail close to the track. What I tend to use is several things with braking points. I tend to use rumble strips and, as well as your marker boards and stuff, you tend to use rumble strips and tarmac details, trees, anything that kind of gives you a visual symbol of where you know you need to brake. Gradually learning how to maximise the laps. There's still a lot to do. You can go 253s with this car, probably 3 seconds faster than I'm doing there, once you really hook it all up. And more events on campaign, which is nice as well. And it's so it's just we started off with the Jaguar E-Type, and now we're just taking a look at the Super Formula. It's loud, it's fast, it's action. I was getting this corner wrong. There's more speed there. I was turning in too early into the corner. Tricky corner is one where you need to be brave by hanging on a bit longer and just have a race. Yes, Jeff. Yeah, I will at some point. I mean, I keep saying it, but we will. There's just a lot going on behind the scenes in terms of what to do with setting up tags and subscriber drives. Enjoyed that. It's a good track car combination in its own way. It's actually surprisingly tricky. You're always doing something, you see, and that's why it's more difficult than it looks. Let's try a different car now. Try a different car. We can do a single race, actually. Let's just see a single race. Choose a different time of day. What have we got here? Morning. It's quite early, but we'll have a morning race. Let's pick a car. What should we drive in? I struggle to drive this car, actually. It's quite challenging, but we'll see how we get on with it. It's not easy to drive, but we'll go on. We'll go professional because we're professional, and we'll have a go on this. So driving Goodwood. I'm actually shattered today. It's been a busy couple of days. I was playing Formula 1 2019 yesterday, trying that out. So there's going to be a video coming up on the channel on that. Adam Prentice is here. Hi, Adam. And Todd was asking earlier, is that the equivalent of Formula 2? It kind of is. It kind of is. Yeah, lap times are comparable to that, as I understand it. Right. Let's just see. Let's just have a go here. Start them. Start. I don't even know what this car handles like. Oh, it's a rolling start. Oh, it's starting me on a corner. Please. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Don't do this in your... Do you know, we're just going to restart. We can't have that. As soon as I hit the brakes, it's like, no. Right, we understand this now. I know where we are. We're not in a Formula car now. It's very difficult to go from a Formula car to something like this. Come on, let's give it everything. Then we'll look at the replay in a minute. Oh, it just wasn't going to make it, was it? Alright. Bit of an odd mix of cars, isn't it? Oh, this car is so difficult to drive. AC Cobra. It's like a rocket, isn't it? As soon as you just squirt the power, it just doesn't go into. It doesn't enable it to turn. Where are we? 11th. More speed. Forgot to put the wheel on. Going high zone, 4 gears sim. It's actually surprisingly tricky to drive this car. It requires quite a bit of concentration. So there you have it. As you can see, the car doesn't like to turn corners, so it's better to just take a bit of grass there and just not steer or do anything. Till I well, that cost us the victory there. Come on. Outbrake him into the chicane because we can. Oh, we took a hit. Oh, and he done me on a fast chicane. No penalty. No penalty. But a good finish all the same. So that was tricky, but fun learning how to drive the car there. Yeah, I mean, changes in physics model. I mean, I wouldn't know what that is or what cars it relates to. Have you got a link, LC, as to where that information is? Because if there is, we'll put it on the website. So that was good fun, actually, learning how to drive that car. Quite tricky. do a few more races in it and you'd be like 30 seconds down the road. It's always an odd mix of cars. What I realised early on here was I turned the corner and realised, oh, the car doesn't actually turn corners. It only goes in a straight line. So I was like, okay, I'm gradually learning how to drive this. But let's face it, this is a Goodwood car, isn't it? You want muscle cars and old cars and vintage goodness. There's no hill climb, Harry. No hill climb. This is just the Goodwood Circuit in this pack. It's the first time it's been in Gran Turismo. It's good news. Run your own Goodwood revival. Okay. Okay. Well, if I see that information anywhere, I probably won't see it. But if you can link me to it, that information, LC, that'd be handy. Just pop it in the chat. I'll have a look. Racing round. So gradually, that chicane at the end is all important if you know how to get it right. It's a major braking point. Great. Oh, leaning the car around there. It just doesn't like to turn corners. You got to slow right down for the corners. So, no, first time this has been included in Gran Turismo then. I just wanted to check it out today. It's nice to have a new track. I want to check it out with old cars and new cars, just to get a feel for the circuit. Just to, I suppose in a way it gives a bit of knowledge, so that if we do end up with a race here, at least we've got a rough idea what it's going to be like. There's going to be a lot to learn. It's a deceptively simple circuit, but those corners that can throw you off very easily throw you off. So I think it's going to be tricky. That final chicane, I think, is a bit like the chicane at Tokyo, where even the very best drivers can get caught out if you don't get your braking just right. And I think that 2 into 1 on the final chicane just doesn't go, so I think there's going to be drama there once we have races. Closing up through the field. Amazing engine on that car, just sound incredible. It's partially there, but these cars are so loud as well. Wow, punishing. Grunt there would be. It's coming up to that final corner. And I thought I had it, but he turned in on me and then pushes me off the track like scum, and then gets away with it. I had more grunt still when I got on here. I thought maybe we can do this, and look at that photo finish. Boom, 3rd place or wherever I was. Oh, that was it. Oh, bit of a break from it then. So tired. I am shattered, viewers, shattered. So that's about it. Is it possible to drift on GT Sport? Yeah, there are people that do drifting, but I don't drift myself, so I couldn't tell you if it's a good drifting game or not, honestly. I am the worst drifter you've ever seen. It's just not my bag. We did have Ed on the team, who is gone now, but he used to do drifting, and he used to set a Corsa quite a bit for drifting. That was his go-to drifting thing. That was, he considered to be basically the best. There is a drifting game coming out as well, so you know it's that's coming. But yeah, that's a bit of Goodwood. Good so far. We're going to look at another car. Try another car just to finish off. I am quite tired today, so I'm not going to hang around for too long. And then we'll try something else. Thank you, Elsie. That's great, thank you. Don't say what cars have been adjusted, which isn't very helpful. Yeah. New campaign mode events. Right. I have to do more campaign actually. Good way. So it's a good way of earning money, isn't it? We'll take a look while we're here. I just want to see what the FIA race is going to be. Obviously, I wasn't around for the last race last night. Driving park. Okay. What cars? Let's have a quick look at this in 2 seconds. We'll have a quick look at that. That's going to be tricky. Actually, no, we'll leave it to another day. That's going to be challenging. Don't tend to do the manufacturer series, but we'll take a look. Okay, it's not a track I'm particularly good at either. Right. Okay, and then we just got all that in here. So it's a good setup on tracks this week. So one last look then at this, and then we'll Fat J says, why is it a first look? Is it a new release track? It is indeed. It was released today, so today's the first day we're looking at it. So first look, and what was we just doing? Morning then, weren't we? Sunrise in the morning. Let's try this one. And let's choose another car. Let's choose a Lambo, I think. Yeah, it's a good sort of mid car, isn't it, to choose? No, let's choose the 4C. Let's choose this one, because this is more of the sort of car that we'll probably end up using in a race. Something like this. The VR mode needs a bit of difficulty. The VR mode needs a lot, actually. I mean, it really is just a token inclusion, really. Well, see, that's impressive stuff. I'm at 36 now. Like I say, I started playing the game properly in December. So this month it's 6 months I've been playing Gran Turismo Sport properly. We're using the Thrustmaster TGT wheelbase with the Formula Rim add-on and LCD Thrustmaster add-on as well. So that's the frequently asked questions. I need one of those frequently asked question buttons. Let's have a look to see where we are. Need to get my awareness sorted out there. The width of the car here. That reminds me a bit of Willow Springs, that bit actually. Oh wow, I wasn't expecting him to just suddenly slow down like that. It's actually hard to actually do anything when you're driving sometimes because you've got one corner after another. Get the turn in right for that corner. It is a narrow chicane. There is a sweet line through it that gets you through really quick, and it feels kind of different with each car. He was braking unexpectedly there. Kind of like an overtaking test, aren't they, these races? The AI is on a different level, really. Whatever the balance of power is set to, it doesn't really work. I'm carrying through there the speed I would need to in a race. Quite enjoying driving this car on this track. It's got a good balance of drivability, shall we say. So, learned a lot on that first lap, just braking way too much on some corners. And now we're on the final lap, coming second place, all going well. Oh, just caught the grass, and that's it. Trying to go too quickly and take that second place. But we learned a lot. We're going to run that again. Enjoyed that. That was good fun in that car. Good fun. Can I race the in-car? I can do. Let's just do that if you like. Let's change to the in-car cam. Go on faster. Give him some space. Wrong gear then. So we're just going to try and improve here. Wrong gear and too tight into the corner, so lost a fair bit of time. Hard to see the rear view mirror when the sun's coming in like that. Oh wow, had to brake there for some reason. He parked on the apex. The eyes are a bit strange, aren't they, with some of their braking sometimes. He's not giving up, is he? Yeah, strange AI sometimes. They brake a little bit unpredictably. It's just difficult to follow them. They're braking when they didn't need to. Here we go, a bit of in-car for drop gear there. And see if that makes a nice little authentic looking replay. See a little replay now. Authentic Goodwood action. Here we are then, racing round. Let's see if we have let's see if we can figure this out. Hold on. So where are we then? If we just restart the race here. So coming down to turn 1, which is Madwick Corner, and then we go down this straight here. Meow. Oh no, in a moment, here we go. This is the end of the lap here, chicane, and now into Madwick Corner. We're going to come down to. So learn your corner names, always handy. Madwick Corner, that's where some of the cars are braking. These corners are very long, aren't they? Long, long, long corners. It goes on forever. Has that kind of Silverstone vibe to it. And into Ford Water, which is the next long corner we're on now. This is forward water. And then the next corner doesn't have a name, into St Mary's here, St Mary's corner. And then this takes us down into Levant corner. Right down through the gears. And before getting on the power, down the Levant Straight, long Levant Straight, which will take us all the way up to top speed, down into Woodcott. Final corner on the track. Racing down through the gears then. Staying in fifth in this car. It has a good high end. You lose a bit of speed when you're shifting up into sixth unless it's a very long lap. So we tend to use fifth a lot in this car. Hence you won't see me shifting up much because there isn't much more speed to be gained. Down into the final chicane. Braking there. Car leaning forward. Trying to get it tight on entry so you can get all that power on exit. Open the car up. Get into the next lap. Driving hard onto the next lap. Looking for an opportunity to pass. Aware of course that the AI may brake on the inside, taking a slightly wider line round the outside, closer than it looks, and on the power quickly. So there we go. That's the length of the circuit is 2.3671 miles. Wow, that's quite precise, isn't it? 3.8095 kilometres. And there you have it. So it's a good atmosphere. And I think for those that like Goodwood and like classic cars, they need a better balance of performance in the classic cars now. But I did enjoy it in this car. This was my most fun. Of all the cars I've driven, this was the car that was the most fun. The question is, if you had a race, how would you do it? Well, you'd need to have, I think, wearing tyres, high wearing tyres, and you'd need more laps because of course it's a short lap. So more laps, high wearing tyres. You need to make the driving difficult with other areas like fuel and stuff like that. Because it's very hard to pass. And when somebody's flat out in front of you, because it's mostly flat or at high speed, it's very hard to pass people on high speed corners. It's only possible to pass into heavy braking zones. And there's only 1, 2, 3. There's three sort of braking points where you could probably aim to get a pass in. One of them's tricky. Into the final chicane is probably going to be messy. That's the problem. Here we go, side by side, leaving room on the inside there, of course. Round the outside, taking the corner there. Love the speed through there. Brilliant. I might do some more laps in this car just because it's so enjoyable to drive around here. Radio Alan returns, absolutely. Radio Alan ready to commentate. And round those final few corners then, taking the lead. We're into Woodcott for the final time. Clipping the grass on the inside, then the curb, hooking the car in on the power quickly, through up to fourth gear, fifth gear, down into third, down into second, round that final chicane on the power and over the line. Fantastic. And there we have a bit of racing action. Love it. Love it. That was good fun. Good fun. Is it going to be a good enough addition? Well, we'll have to see when there's racing. If no one can pass anyone, then it's going to be dull in that sense. And that's that. So, let's have a look else. What else we've got? DDS said hello earlier. Hello, DDS. Oh, it's interesting about adjusting cockpit view. We've got Carl here. Hello, Carl. So, yeah, we've just been checking out the Goodwood Circuit, and we could do. I suppose we could do a custom race, couldn't we? Could do a custom race. Quite like the morning. Morning was nice. Let's see. So let's just do 10 laps. Rolling start. Boost off. We won't bother tyre wear. Just go maximum tyre wear, shall we? I keep thinking I'm missing something. Start towards the back. Just try it out. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'd love to do some commentary again. I enjoyed doing commentary. Did commentary years ago. Really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. With commentating, you just got to learn all your names, learn all your corners, learn some basic facts, and then when you're doing it on TV, a lot of the time you have someone in your ear telling you what's what. So when you're driving, they'll be saying, Alan, commentate on the weather. What's the weather like? What's happening there? What's that detail on the track? Tell us about it. Tell us how these cars do something. You know, it's that sort of thing. And they'll be telling you in your ear. So besides what's happening on the track, you've got the AI is much more difficult now. Sure. Still braking there unusually, but whatever. I had to do that. I had to just get him out of the way, basically. We're going as high as fourth, third, down to third, down to second. Soft tyres, of course, very grippy. That threw me a bit there. I had to brake when I wasn't expecting it because of that test braking they do on the corner. It's a bit of a shame. Thrown me. So it shows somebody loses it there and you're in big trouble. Had to shift down to second, just get the car to turn in a bit there. Passed in, no. Yeah, DDS, I mean, At the end of the day, you know, it's like for me, I would like a PS4 Pro because I play this so much, but I'm hanging on now because of my original PS4, because PS5 is coming next year, you know, probably. So I just want to hang in there now until the new tech comes here. Go on. Stupid braking that was earlier. Tyres aren't wearing enough. Tyres aren't wearing enough. I don't know why. I set it to times 10, but they're not wearing in the way I thought they would. It's a bit of an odd situation here because I don't really know who's going to brake and what's going to happen here. Oh. Keep my foot in there. It's a bit of a weird one when you're following AI there, because they brake kind of like there. He's braking again. Go past. They're all a bit erratic, aren't they, the AI? It doesn't matter how much you try and set them. They perform in a really strange way. It's good though, because it means that once we get past these guys, we can sort of stretch our legs a bit and see a bit more speed this car has. Don't have the extra grunt. If he brakes a bit through. So yeah, I mean, for me, it's, you know, I'm hanging on now for the PlayStation 5. I wouldn't even get a Pro now to save your money. You know, it's going to be £500 probably for a PS5. So, you know, you want to save what you can now, because then they're going to probably release GT Sport Day 1 as an updated next-gen version that includes full VR compatibility, amongst other features. Obviously, if you've got a 4K TV, you'll have 4K 60 and all that. It kind of does, Elsie. I know what you mean about that. This section here does remind me of the back part of the circuit, doesn't it? Ah, damn. Trying to brake too hard there. It does kind of remind me of that, actually. I was braking extra late there. I was getting impatient. But what's a racer supposed to do? Now we've got to try and improve again. Way behind. We're never going to win this now, sadly. But third place is my place today. I should have been patient then, but I'm not patient. I would think that our wheels will be compatible with PS5. That's my expectation at the moment. You know, the architecture's being built upon, and also it's backwardly compatible with all PS4 games. So one would think that should extend to the various equipment. Done it again. Carrying too much speed in there, trying to... Oh, I see. It's a bit of the tyre wear that was coming into that there. I completely forgot about tyre wear really having much effect. But it doesn't look that warm, but that is making the difference now. I changed gear too early then, lost a lot of speed. Oh! Judging the width of the car is quite challenging. We've got 2 laps. We can still catch them. I'm just going to accelerate here into this corner. Can't get through there. Okay, see if we can close up on this guy. Final lap. Oh, wasn't looking at the fuel gauge. Doesn't matter. So coming around, enjoyed this race. Car feels good. Car feels good on this circuit. I think that Right. That is that, viewers. It was a good race. I'm going to leave you with a replay for a moment. I'll be back shortly. And I'll be straight back, guys, to leave you with a replay. Okay, viewers, back again. I thought I'd leave you a bit of action there, racing round Goodwood and enjoying that race. Actually, that was a really cool race. It feels nice with this car. I think the problem is at the moment is you need excessive tyre wear and fuel strategy to understand how you could bring a strategy that would enable you to win, because overtaking opportunities are very limited on this track. It has to be said. There's a couple of corners here and there. I mean, it's better than Monaco, but it's still very tricky. You know, under braking you can get there, but the braking points are very tight, so it needs a bit of compliance from both of you who are racing to determine, you know, how well you think you're going to do. Chilling, having a cup of tea now. See. Yeah, liking that section there, speed to be going through there. This corner as well. I'm probably turning in a bit early actually. Not too bad actually. Now look at it from this view. You get a better view of the action from here. Trying to make that, find the right line through that corner just so you can go flat into here. The final complex is quite tricky as well, because you know you've got sort of braking into a double right-hander, scrubbing some speed off and carrying some speed, and then scrubbing more speed off and then getting on the power there into the final chicane, where you're decelerating through the chicane and then suddenly accelerating again as soon as you're through it. Again, it helps when you really know the width of your car. I wonder if there's sometimes an advantage of being outside the car sometimes on certain areas like that. You can see there he was braking, but just to that point in the apex where I can't get past. Not much you can do there when a car just stops in front of you. Making a lunge for it there. On track with the leader. Pushing through the gears. So that was good today. I hope you've enjoyed the Goodwood stream today, viewers. Very quiet on the chat today. So yeah, I'll probably call it a day then. But that's it for now then. I hope you've enjoyed a little bit of Goodwood today, and there'll be more from me very soon.